What's up, Table Slappin' Funny fans, man? It's your boy Torian back. This is the start of a new series we're gonna call Story Time or whatever. I got my nigga Ron in the back, he behind the camera.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a new series we're gonna be doing called Story Time, where we're gonna be telling some funny stories, some stuff that happened to us. On this first episode of this series, I'm gonna be telling y'all a story about how in middle school, I got the whole class suspended. All right, but before I get into that, let's roll that intro and I'll see y'all in a sec.
Hey, y'all shut up. I know y'all see that Table Slappin' Funny is about to come on.
All right, cool. So now let's get into this story, man. So just to let you guys know, me and Ron actually went to middle school together. This was actually 7th grade. We weren't in the same class in 7th grade. We was in the same class, 8th grade, right? 8th grade, right? Basically, we was in our homeroom class. Anybody who's been in middle school, you got a homeroom class. That's your teacher, your first teacher, the one, that people always reference, like, oh, this is the class, whatever. So we're in our homeroom class. So our teacher was an English teacher. And I'm going to try to avoid saying names. If I end up saying names, I'm going to just bleep them out or whatever. And we were in there, just chilling, shooting the shit or whatever, right? Now, for some reason, Ron, you can tell me if I'm wrong, at our school, teachers would leave for long, extended periods of time.
Oh, fucking right.
for anything. But
my home teachers never know.
Exactly, but they would the parents, I don't know what they just be in the teacher lounge shooting the shit, but they act like they be working or whatever. Like, they just be gone, but while they're gone, they expect the students to stay quiet. Completely quiet the whole time they gone, and that's just not possible, right? So she left or whatever, and one of my homeboys, for this story, I'm gonna just shorten his name, I'm gonna call him S. All right, my nigga S, he was in class eating a Reese's, right? Now, you're not supposed to eat candy in school, like, you're not even supposed to do that shit, right? But he was eating a Reese's, he got through eating a Reese's or whatever, and he threw the paper, like the wrapper, in the trash can, because he was done with it, right? So our teacher, she ended up coming back, right? And for some reason, the first thing she looks at is the trash can. The trash can was right by her door, and she sees a Reese's paper in there. And she went slap the fuck off. Swear to God. She saw the paper and she freaked out on the class. She was like, oh no, y'all not supposed to be putting candy paper in my trash can. And I'm thinking in my head, well, where the fuck is supposed to go if it's trash? The whole class thinking that. She had a whole tantrum, ran about it or whatever. And what she said was, keep in mind, she just came back in the class, right? We ain't not supposed to be doing work, being quiet, but she left us in there for like 10 minutes, came back. Now she's like, oh, well, I'm about to leave out again, and when I come back, this Reese's paper better be out my trash can. And we just like, what the fuck? Like, why is that such a big deal? She ended up leaving, right? So, my nigga S was like, well, I ain't getting that bitch out the trash can. She got me fucked up. Like how niggas think, like, we don't think nothing of it, right? We in there talking, we talking about it, how she tripping, the teacher that's stupid or whatever. And then one of the chicks suggested an idea. Now, the funny part about this girl was actually the niece of our principal at the time. She was the one that suggested the idea. The funny thing is, I don't know if you agree or disagree with this. We kind of felt like she kind of got special treatment or whatever because of who she was. It might have just because we was young and we just,
I don't know.
We just, you don't know.
I don't know. I ain't give a fuck.
You ain't care. He was just like, fuck it, I'm a raw deal, nigga. That's
right.
That's so she suggested the idea. She was like, oh, well, since she wanted out of her trash can, somebody should take it out the trash can, put that bitch on her desk. And everybody laughed like, we middle schoolers. So it's like, oh, that's fine. That's crazy, right? So at the time, I think I should back up. At the time, right? Just to put this in perspective, I wasn't the most popular nigga or whatever. I always considered myself to be a funny person. For some reason, people thought I was lame. Now, I don't know if y'all know anything about middle school, but our middle school, the worst thing you could be was lame. Like,
I think that's pretty much in school.
that's any school, but like it was such a big deal, like for people to call you lame or whatever. Like, he a lame, or don't mess with him, he lame. Like, I don't know why that was such like why
We was young.
we was young, we was impressionable, we cared so much about like how people felt about us. Like, you don't want to be lame, man. I would hear people say, "Oh, that nigga Torian lame." I'm like, I'm a cool guy. Like, I'm saying, like, I don't be doing nothing. I just be being myself. And like, people that like my sense of humor, so I'm like, man, I'm not lame, man. If you get to know me, I'm fun. Like, I want to be accepted, right? So she suggested that idea, and I was like, fuck it, I'm your guy. I stood up like, oh, the nigga in Gladiator, goddammit. Like, I'm ready. This is my time. This is my time to be cool. So I'm like, you know what? I'm a real nigga. So I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna grab the Reese's paper out of her trash can, set it on her desk. They're like, okay, go ahead and do it. So I ran my fat ass up there. I go take the Reese's paper, run to her desk, set it on there, laugh, run back to my desk, whatever. So we ain't that big cracking up. So now, Reese's paper on her desk. She told us to take it out of her trash can. I put that paper on her desk, right? They didn't think nothing of it. So the teacher comes back probably about 5 minutes later, right? I was pretty close to getting caught, right? 5 minutes later, no bullshit. The first thing she looks at when she walks into the classroom is the trash can. She don't look at the class. She don't address nobody. Trash can right by the door. She walks in. It's my impression of her. It's not that good. Okay, I see y'all done got this Reese's paper out the trash can. I see y'all did what I said. And then in some moment, I don't know if it was God tapped her on the shoulder or something, her head swiveled and it just pinpointed to her desk. And she saw the Reese's paper. And I could just feel the embarrassment and just the aura of, oh no, these kids didn't, just go over her face. Like, her whole body expression, everything just changed. It was like we threw off her fucking equilibrium, all right? Like, everything about her life was just done, right? She saw the Reese's paper sitting on her desk. And her first mind is, she took it as a sign of disrespect. So she went slap off again, more so than she went off before. She went on a whole tangent talking about like, oh, I don't play with kids, I don't play with my own kids, and y'all not gonna be disrespecting me. So y'all gonna tell me who put this Reese's paper on my desk. We some real niggas, so everybody got quiet. Y'all gonna tell me or everybody here gonna get suspended. We some real niggas, so we stayed quiet. See, we made a pact. But see, we was a unit. See, niggas ain't units no more. We was a unit. We was like, anybody, this is true. Anybody snitch on Torian, you a lame. You fucking lame. You ain't gonna so ain't nobody about to say nothing. We all quiet. Who about to speak? Not us. Not me. I'm not gonna tell on myself. I'm a good guy. I was in everything, nigga. I was in the math club, science club, beta, nigga, everything for no reason. I don't know why. I just was. I'm not about to mess that up. And I was on the step team. Like, what kind of shit is that? I'm not about to ruin my idea of being this good kid. So she tried to use the scare tactics and everything, and she was like, okay, y'all gonna see. Everybody gonna be quiet. Everybody open their books. She made us like copy the whole fucking chapter. That, them chapters used to be long. So she made us like write it word for word. That's not even something we supposed to be learning, but she gave us busy work. His shit was still funny, right?
Like a chapter in the story?
Yeah, no, like we learning English. So like, you know how you get like topics?
Yeah.
Yeah, like like you might be learning about punctuation, or you might be learning about what a positive is. Like that chapter, whatever's being taught, nigga, we had to write that. like we wrote a lesson. Like we was writing out the lesson plan. So she's like, oh yeah, that's whatever, blah blah blah. Y'all gonna see, and we like, oh yeah, dude, we got you. Ah. So we go to our next class. At this point, this wasn't English. This is when English and reading used to be separate. Like it wasn't the same thing. We went to our reading teacher. Funnily enough, her name was Miss Reed. I say her name because she We ain't nothing crazy about her, right? So we laughing, we joking or whatever, and we telling her what we did and how we thought it was funny. Thought she was one of them teachers that was cool, kind of laid back. So we in there joking around like, yeah, she came in there and she was saying all this and that. I think she cursed at us, but she didn't really curse at us. She just said, what the hell is this or whatever. So we telling her all this and, you know, she was just like, oh, y'all crazy, y'all crazy. She talking about she gonna get us, ha, 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 blah, blah, blah. So we thinking shit funny. Then once again, you know, this must be God. He heard us getting a little full of ourselves. No BS. So like 5 seconds after that, we hear the intercom. Miss Reed, can you tell Miss class to come to the auditorium right now? She was like, the whole class, Miss Reed. The whole class. And we like, oh, okay, all right. So the whole class go to the auditorium, right? So that's where we used to have all our meetings. You know, we used to have them little morning meetings. Yeah, but yeah, so we in the auditorium now, and it's just us. It's just us. It's the principal. It's the administrator. No, it's the assistant principal and like the disciplinarian. So they got like they got like the squad up in there. Like it's like you know, I don't know what the hell about to happen or whatever. So they was like, yeah, everybody take a seat, pick some seats, but you know, sit in this area. Everybody, you know, stay together, blah blah blah. And we like, damn, what's going on? Now it's getting real, right? So then I teach the teacher, she walks in, she high and mighty now. Oh yeah, see y'all thought it was a game and I wasn't gonna get you, but I told you I was gonna get you. Now I got you. Now you got. It's just she just was going crazy for no reason. We just like, all of this is over. Keep in mind, this is over a Reese's wrapper. A Reese's peanut butter cups. Them bitches fire. But this is over the wrapper. Not even. That's it. It was on her desk. Went hard, went crazy. So apparently she told all that we was being disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, we just thought it was a harmless little funny joke. Right? Apparently, it was not harmless to our teacher. Okay. So then the principal, she gets up in front of us. She was like, okay, I'm going to give everybody a chance to tell me who put this Reese's paper on her desk. We some real niggas, so we continue to stay quiet. Right? She's like, nah, I'm telling you, we're going to start taking away stuff. Y'all need to tell me who did it. Real nigga status, silence. Oh, okay, I see. This when it got real. Okay, so if you don't tell me who did it, no homecoming dance. We're like, oh shit, not homecoming. No Black History program. No, you won't be allowed to get into school games. You pay to get in them. No prom. No Sadie Hawkins. Like, everything you could think of that was fun to do in school, they were stripping our privileges away, right? So with everything she said, you could see everybody HP in the room just drop and just, oh fuck, like, oh God, they taking away so much stuff or whatever. So at this point, people cracking, sweating, blah, blah, but can you believe? I love these people. They still did not snitch. Nobody wanted to say because we were so scared of being lame. We was like, all right, I can't go to prom, but I'm still cool. Like, I'm not lame. Blah blah blah. In the midst of all this, we did not realize we was one person short. Our unit had been broken apart, had been split. We did not realize the girl I was telling you that's the niece of the principal, she wasn't there. I don't know what the fuck happened, but between us going to our homeroom class and going to Miss Reed class, this girl disappeared. We didn't realize she wasn't in class with us the whole goddamn time. So we went to the auditorium without her. Apparently we went to Miss Reed class without her. Now that I think about it, she wasn't in none of the conversations we was telling Miss Reed. We don't know where she went. She not there. Everybody all of a sudden realizes, oh my God, where she at? Well, old girl at? I'm gonna call her Jay. Where Jay at? Oh God, where Jay? Shit, right? So now we freak it out. We like, where Jay, right? So on cue, Jay walks in and she's in tears, boo-hoo crying, like her dog just died, like hands over her face, tears all in her palms. I keep getting close. I be walking up. Tears in her palms and shit. And we like, oh, they done broke her. She done snitched. Like I already know, it's over with for your boy. So nobody cares about the fact that she crying because we middle schoolers, we assholes, right? She sits down, the first thing everybody's like, you snitched, you told? She's like, no, I didn't tell, I swear to God. I swear I didn't tell, blah, blah, blah. She was like, so y'all, and then the assistant principal started pitching in, y'all need to go ahead and tell us who did it, blah, blah, blah. And then it got to the point where it was just like, we fought the good fight, y'all. It's over with. We had to wave the white flag. And she was like, then the principal walked up to her niece and was like, so she still ended up snitching. That's the crazy thing. Principal walked up to her niece, you need to go ahead and tell me. I'm not giving you an option, you gonna tell me. And I was just like, I'll just tell her, Jay, it's okay. She was like, Torian was the one that put it on her desk. This made me feel like shit, like I was a terrible person. Administrator, disciplinary, all of them was like, Torian. Then they started naming everything I did. Not Mr. Science Club, Mr. Math Club, Mr. Step Team, Mr. So-and-so, not Torian, Mr. A.B. Honor Roll. And I'm like, oh God, I'm a criminal. I'm on a wrong path for doing this. So all of this is going on in the midst of everything. And the principal was like, okay, well, I know he ain't think of this himself, whatever. Who idea was for him to do this? Because this got to be some peer pressure or something, because he don't do stuff like this. It's just a Reese's paper, y'all, but he don't do stuff like this. And all of a sudden, once again, in a moment of unity, just fucked up. You know, I told you how we felt like the girl got special treatment because she was the principal's niece. And that moment was like, well, she don't get in trouble for nothing. But this could be a moment for her to get in trouble. So, to be honest, I don't honestly 100% remember if it really was her idea.
So y'all was hating.
Kind of, sort of.
You said it was her idea.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if she really came up with it herself or was it was like a collective of 3 girls was talking about it. All I know is if she didn't say it in that moment, it was her idea. Immediately, she was like, who idea was it? It was Jay idea. It was Jay principal. And she's like, keep in mind, she's the niece of the principal. She's like, no, I swear I didn't do it. And we like, no, she did. You said, Torian, go put it on her desk. And that's what he did. And you pressed that boy, right? So in a moment of unity, everybody just went on her, right? It wasn't even about me no more. So this is when we knew shit hit the fan, right? So, whew, Lord, hope nobody in the school system see this, they'll figure out who I'm exactly talking about. This dark story, this is where it gets kind of dark, right? So at this point, all the blame going on Jay for what happened, right? The principal stands Jay up. And she's like, and Jay still fighting her case, you know, like, oh no, it wasn't me, I swear to God, blah, 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 I wouldn't do that, that's not like me. And this is some shit that you know if it happens, it's rehearsed or it's something that's happened before. See, you don't do no pimp shit like this if you ain't never did it before. That's all I'm gonna say, right? So mid-conversation, the principal, this her niece, right? And I guess she kind of had like a motherly, she was a motherly figure to her or whatever. Jay still pleading her case. The principal was like, see, you saying you ain't do it. They saying you did. It don't make sense. I don't know why you were. Boom! And she smacked the shit out of her in front of everybody, nigga. Everybody. So pimp shit. I'm talking Superfly, nigga. I'm talking black 70s films. Smacked her. Nigga, I swear some white powder came out of her hand. She hit her so fucking hard. What made it funny, because it's not funny, that's abuse, is that when she slapped her, her head hit the wall. So all we heard was boom. So everybody was like covering up their laughs. So at that moment, it's like, oh no. This is went too far. we done caused some violence. Like it wasn't supposed to get this. Keep in mind, guys, all of this is over a Reese's rapper. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I will have people who will confirm this story who was in class. Smack the shit out of her. We like, oh God. And at the end of that, all of that stuff, we realized we witnessed something that we shouldn't have saw. Oh God, it's fucked up. She hit her so hard. Oh God, I don't know what is that. I don't know. It's not fun. This was not supposed to happen, y'all. A Reese's paper, smack the shit out of her, head hit the wall. That's that ugly cry, pain. You know that cry that little kids get when they get hit and that bitch hold in, they be like, It was one of them cries. She didn't know whether to cry or to run. So that happened. At the end of that, she was like, okay, everybody in here getting sent to in-school suspension or whatever. Y'all gonna spend a day in there. Since y'all wanna act like bad kids, we gonna treat y'all like bad kids. Whatever. Now keep in mind, there's about 25, 30 of us in this class. The only people who didn't go to in-school suspension was like 2-3 people that honestly didn't have nothing to do with it. At that point, we just felt bad because we saw somebody get fucking pimp slapped, so we just was being more honest. We was like, well, these 3 people ain't had nothing to do with it, or whatever. Funny enough, it was the only white people in the class and 1 mixed girl. They ain't have shit to do with what we had going on. So how did that look, right? So they sent the rest of us to in-school suspension. The funny thing to pretty much close this story out on, we spent the day in there, right? So it's a whole class. So this never happened. Because in-school suspension isn't fit to fit a whole class. There's not even enough desks in there. The thing about it, when you in school suspension, you gotta wear this orange-ass vest. Bright-ass orange vest, right? So they sent all of us to in-school suspension for this stuff. So we the good kids, we the smart kids, right? We were called the A group because we made good grades. So like, they had high expectations for you. So like everything you did, oh, you the A group, y'all not supposed to do this. So imagine you in this school and you see a whole fucking class of about 30 kids walking down the hallway in orange vests, and all of them are smart kids. We just walking in shame, just imagine it. Imagine it. People, my friends, like, Torian, what you did? What's good, bro?
Don't point at me, nigga.
Yeah. I know I wasn't about to point at you. I'm just saying.
You ain't like you, bro.
No, I'm just saying. This is 7th grade. We being honest, right? But people that was cool with, like, what's wrong, Davon? Man, what you did? Free my nigga Tootie. You know what I'm saying? He ain't do it or whatever. So we had to eat lunch in school suspension. We got the whole because in school suspension would eat last. That's fucked up. But they would eat last or whatever. And you sat to your own table. The whole class, the table is filled. People like, damn, what y'all did? Ain't that Miss So-and-so class? And we're like, yeah, it's us. And they're like, what y'all did? Well, she had a recess paper in her desk. And then she had a recess paper in the trash can. And she told us to take it off the trash can. And I was like, I'm gonna put it on the desk. But I didn't think we was gonna get the whole class. Now I'm emotional because like, I feel like I'm about to get in trouble. But then this and that. Assistant principal called us in there, talked about it, and everything. We cleared it all up, and they didn't make us spend. We spent that day, but ain't nobody really get in trouble. We didn't get it on our record. We told her how we felt disrespected by how she came at us about it, and that we didn't think it was a big deal. It was just a little prank that ended up getting everybody in trouble. So the moral of the story is that you keep trash where the fuck it's supposed to be, in the trash can. If you be in anywhere outside of that, it could be seen as a form of disrespect. All right, and then another lesson of the story: if you are younger and you go to school with somebody who relative is in the school system, never get them in trouble, because you might see some shit that you won't want to see. All right. So that's the conclusion of the story about how I got my whole class suspended, no cap or whatever. Appreciate you guys watching, listening, tuning in, all this and that. I done start sweating because I've been moving and talking, lights on me and stuff. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like to whatever, it helps with the engagement. Leave a comment of some crazy story that you probably had in school or something like that. Also, after you comment, make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that notification bell so you get notified every time that we upload these bangers. So Ron, you got something else you want to say before I close the bitch out?
Nah, you can talk to me.
I did. But this is Table Slappin Funny signing out. Peace.